Section 5 of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Laws 1975, be advised that notice of this meeting was made by posting on the bulletin board, town hall, and sending to officially designated. The meeting will take place at the center at 6:30 p.m. on this date. The fire exits are located in the far right corner of the back and to my immediate left in the front. Roll call.
Councilman Agliata.
Here.
Councilman Haynes.
Here.
Councilman Hurley.
Here.
Councilman McDonald.
Here.
Councilman Slockbower.
Here.
Council President Burnside.
Here.
Pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's stay standing for a moment of silence in remembrance of the victims and their families of 9/11, which happened 24 years ago today. Thank you. Correspondence. Actually, I have two block parties. First, for Andrea Drive, we're requesting permission to do a block party on Andrea Drive on September 28th, 2025. We have a start time of 2 o'clock. Is there any way we can block off part of the street that leads to the cul-de-sac so the kids are free to ride their bikes safely? Thank you for writing that down. And the second one is a repeat of last meeting, but since we didn't have a quorum, the Chester Ave 920 block party, and we're writing on behalf of the residents of Chester Ave once again. We'd like to propose an additional block party in the borough on our street this year. The dimensions of the blockade would be the same as they were prior to last year. We will have the street open to accommodate deliveries and other necessary services. This is proposed to take place on Saturday, September 20th, 2025, from about 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. The residents and I are fully aware of the townwide noise ordinances and will have the following protocols that need to be followed. Of course, any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me. I can be contacted via email, text, and phone call. Thank you, and we'll do it. Have a motion?
Motion to approve both of the block parties, Andrea Drive 928, Chester Ave 920.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Council reports. Councilman Haynes.
Good evening, Mayor, fellow council members, and our public. DPW report, the Public Works Department has been working along Jackson Ave, raising the canopy of the trees, cutting down some brush and knotweed. They are waiting the tree contractor to remove a large tree by the falls. They've had repair issues with their cranes, so they're a little backed up. Knotweed will be sprayed in a few weeks by our contractor that does this. We also have been doing basin repairs, cutting grass, striping in the fields, field maintenance, cutting grass. We've been doing some crack sealing in the coming weeks as the weather is getting cooler. And Billy will be in contact with the mayor and I to have future discussions. That is the DPW report. Report of the Board of Education. The board is still working actively and reviewing all their costs. They're considering moving out of the state benefit program and going with a private carrier. They have hired a new auditing group to replace the old one, and the next Board of Ed meeting will be September 23rd. If I may, I'd like a couple minutes on the floor. Today is a very solemn day in the history of our town, our country, our county. Over 3,300 people lost their lives in what was a ridiculous and totally unnecessary act. I was away the last couple of weeks that we've had meetings, and I was away vacationing with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, and I happened to, we had a couple hours, it was cold out, so we didn't have much to do, so we didn't get to the beach yet, and I ended up watching the August 28th meeting. And I was absolutely appalled that someone can talk to a borough employee the way that they did And not one person in this room stuck up for that individual. Okay, that was bordering bullying. It's very unacceptable and it's gonna stop. All right, we've had a personal attacks on Mr. Hurley, there's been attacks on Mr. Bell. This is no longer it's not gonna be tolerated any longer. Okay? When the person that conducted that attack is here, he's gonna hear it about it. Because if I were here, he would have needed a dentist, okay? He belittled her, okay? It was an absolute disgrace that nobody came to her on our behalf. Not one person, which leads me to believe that we've become a society that condones these kinds of attacks. And if we're thinking that, we got big problems, okay? I enjoy that the public comes to these meetings. I think you've really started to cross the line. I don't think the mayor, I like the mayor, I'm a big fan of the mayor, but he needs to do a better job controlling the meetings, to be very honest with you. I was so upset for 3 to 4 days after this meeting. I've been a borough resident for 50 years, and I've never seen a disgusting act like that. Okay? Really, really disgusting. Asking somebody to resign, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Okay? Not only that, she has no knowledge whatsoever. Okay? All because someone wasn't happy with a drawing. That's totally unacceptable behavior. And if we're gonna start accepting that, maybe we need to stop having meetings in public and we need to go virtual again. I'm just very disappointed in all the people that were here. I had a good 20-minute talk with the mayor. He knows exactly how I feel. I had a 20-minute call with Bell Senior. I talked to Councilman Hurley, who was here. I talked to Councilman McDonald. What happened here at that last meeting is unacceptable, and I'm not going to stand for it. And that's all I have to say. That's my report.
Motion to accept the report of Councilman Haynes.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Councilman McDonald.
Yes, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. No report for the recreation tonight. We will have an update of activities at our next council meeting.
Motion to accept the report of Councilman McDonald.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Councilman Slockbower.
Evening, Mayor, Council, Borough residents. For my report tonight, Mayor, Ordinance Committee will be meeting on the 16th tentatively. We're trying to get organized with our police department on some issues. We have a lot of things we left in our queue we like to talk about and sort out to see what's the most important. On top of that, the Environmental Committee, you know the river cleanup is the 20th. It's on schedule. It's going pretty well. We're going to have a meeting on the 16th just to clear some things up, finalize some options. It's a Tuesday night. Let's see you look at. So again, so the 20th, we're at Jackson Avenue. Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, we'll start. And we'll just go over the like I said, the 16th is a meeting, we're just going over what needs to be done. The Memorial Association, we met in again on September 2nd, and what's going on in that little committee is we're working on Veterans Day, where a committee will bring veterans to the schools to speak of their experiences. Along with that, I did attend a fire department picnic, so it was an awesome event. And I might bring up one thing, the mayor spoke about it, about 9/11. It's very dear to my heart what happened. Horrible day for this country. But just to let people know, Rockaway Borough did respond that day. For people who don't know. The fire department loaded up school buses from Mars Hills. They're ready to go into Manhattan to help out. This is not just the first time our first responders took up the courage and go to do something. They've been hurt Irene, they went and worked down there, our police department. They do this on their own time. So our first responders, they do amazing things. It's just what Rockaway does. And that's my report tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a side note for the river cleanup, and maybe if you can bring up the permission. No one will be allowed in the water.
Understand, no one's debating the water.
What's
No
that?
one's swimming. No one's going swimming in the
No
water.
one's going
No
swimming.
problem, I'll take care of that tomorrow.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Motion to accept the report of Councilman Slockbower.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Councilman Hurley.
Thank you, Mayor, fellow members of the council, and our members of the public. We'll start off with the payment of bills and the accounts payable for the month of September. I move that the bills presented to the Borough of Rockaway for payment by the Borough as evidenced by proper vouchers be referred to the committee or unit contracting for same and when endorsed by them and approved by action of the council, they are to be paid.
I second the motion.
Good. Just a couple of quick updates. Attendance at some events, along with Councilman Slockbower and the mayor, attended the Firemen's Annual Picnic last Saturday, and it was a great event. Great food. Had the opportunity to chat with just about all of our fire department members and their family. It was a great afternoon. And then on Sunday morning, myself and Council President Burnside and Councilman Haynes were over at the Rappy Express for a great ribbon cutting grand opening event. Great restaurant over there. They've expanded, and now they're a full service breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Delicious stuff that they have in that restaurant, and it's really nicely done. We wish them all the success in a new small business in town. I'm sure it'll be well attended. Just a couple of quick, on a personal note, I would like to send my sincere appreciation and a big thanks to our patrolman who's retiring. I've worked with him in different capacities over the many years. A dedicated individual to the borough, a very, very talented and compassionate officer, and on behalf of the Hurley family, I just want to extend the best wishes for a healthy and an enjoyable retirement. A great officer, really. Couple of other quick announcements. There is an event also on the 20th. This one's in the afternoon. It's our first Rev 250 event. We will be holding the historic cemetery tour on the 20th, starting at 1 o'clock. It is a co-sponsored event with the Historical Committee and the Presbyterian Church. And there will be live reenactors. Councilman Slockbower has raised his hands, and this year you're going to be...
I will be portraying the first fire chief of Rockaway Fire Department, John Reiche.
Yeah. And so what we're looking for is a great afternoon, very educational, and it's an enjoyable walk. Each tour is about, I'd say, an hour. We put groups of 5, 6 together, and they tour through with a guide through the cemetery. So with that, just wanted to send out a nice save the date. Again, Saturday, October 20th, 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and it'll be a good way to kick off our Rev 250 events. And that's my report, Mayor.
Yep, sorry to backtrack. I was in another thought. With your finance and bills, can I have a second?
Oh.
She got it.
Second.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mayor.
Sorry about that. Councilman Agliata.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Quick Board of Health summary for the meeting held on September 9th. 2 points of note. First, the health officer alerted us to a new executive directive and standing order issued by the State Health Department, which is to ensure that the COVID vaccine, everyone has access, anyone from 6 months or older without a prescription, especially as cases rise during the colder seasons approaching. Second point of note was that the board approved the new licensing structure and fee schedule for food establishments and grocery stores. So I'm sure the board is finally happy to get that point completed. Also, On this solemn day of, remembrance for our country and community, first of all, my heart goes out to all of the families affected by the devastation on this day back in 2001. I was a freshman in high school at Seton Hall Prep, and we were able to watch it in real time right there from across the river. And of course, for all those affected by yesterday and recent events. And a reminder that discourse and disagreement is not synonymous with disrespect and devastation. Please remember that the next time you choose to disagree and enter into discourse or debate, that everybody's human and that we should treat each other humanely. That's what I got.
Motion to accept the report of Councilman Agliata.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All fair?
Aye.
Thank you.
Council President Burnside.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Like others, I attended the fire department family barbecue. I arrived a little bit later than many of you did because I came after the rain. But it was a really lovely event, and I appreciate the fire department for hosting that. While I'm a little tardy in mentioning this, given that I missed a couple of meetings, I also want to thank the police department for an amazing national night out. They had over 28 vendors, the helicopter from Atlantic, that crazy wrestling that I still don't understand, but people love it. It was a great night and a lot of support from the community, so thank you to the police department for hosting that. I attended the August meeting of the library board, and while you can go online now and look at the fall newsletter that's out, I just want to highlight that our summer reading program hosted 139 children and 40 adults for various programs over the summer. And again, for a small library, what an amazing effort from the staff and the community that's supported. So I appreciate our library, that's just amazing. I have a report from the police department for August. During the month of August, they responded to 1,397 calls for service. Whew. Of those, 22 crash investigations, 61 traffic stops, 29 citations, which include 25 moving violations, 2 parking violations, 1 equipment violation. There were 4 arrests. The Rockaway Borough Police Department would like to recognize and thank Patrolman Michael Rattino for 34 years of faithful service to the citizens of Rockaway Borough. He officially retired from the department on August 31st. We wish him the very best in retirement. The 2025 Chevy Tahoe pursuit vehicle has been delivered and is currently awaiting upfitting. Don't those cars take a lot of time? As previously mentioned, on Sunday, I attended the ribbon cutting for the Rappy Express on Route 46 in Rockaway. Thank you to Councilman Haynes, Councilman Hurley, and Chief Pepperman for joining me that day. It was really, it was a great event, and it's so wonderful to welcome another business to the borough. More on a personal note, I would like to just mention that something very near and dear to me is the cause to fight Alzheimer's. And I am serving as the chair of the Walk to End Alzheimer's for the Northwestern New Jersey Walk, which is happening on Sunday, October 19th. I formed a team called New Jersey Leaders End Alzheimer's. I have a flyer for it, and if anyone would love to join me and walk or donate to the cause, it's something that I think is a cause that we are getting closer and closer to solving. I've supported a few family members who have had issues with dementia, and I'm going to walk and prove that someday we will have an end to this cause. So thank you, and just one final comment to Councilman Haynes. I think that the one thing that I want to reiterate is that I think these meetings are meant for mutual respect. And that is meant for the people that sit around this table, that is meant for the people that sit in the audience, and that is meant for our employees. And I too would like to be sure that we are always thinking about respecting those that come to us, whether it's as an employee, as an official, or as someone from the public that has an opinion. And I would just like us to always do that with mutual respect and understanding. And thank you.
Motion to accept the report of the council president.
Motion.
Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Attorney?
Good evening, everybody. I have no public report for this evening.
Thanks. For the mayor, couple things. First, the spectacular is scheduled for October 25th. Vendor applications should be going out next week. Start planning the folks that are around the lake dinner. So hang tight. It's in the early stages of planning, so good. And then just to follow up on a comment regarding the water quality at Parks Lake. Just to follow up, routine monthly water monitoring was conducted at Park Lake on August 5th by our lake management company. The rec director received a service report conducted that day on August 7th. In the report, indications of bloom-like conditions of cyanobacteria was noted and recommended that the public be discouraged from directly coming in contact with the lake due to the potential harmful toxins. Also on August 7th, the rec director was alerted the township officials and updated their residents on social media, our residents too, on social media, the harmful algae presence. There's 4 levels of harmful algae bloom alerts that the New Jersey DEP sets guidelines for: watch, advisory, warning, and danger, which is based on the cell count of the sample taken from the water body. At this time, the lake management company advised us to enter a watch category, which is the least restrictive level, while we await lab results from the sample taken. Out of abundance of caution, the rec director advised that the township and borough will go into an advisory alert, which advises on much more caution and restrictions in the water body. Signs were placed around the lake notifying residents of the alert. On August 8th, results of the sample were received and found the levels of toxin were in the middle range of the watch category, which means that the water activities can remain open, and it is advised that ingesting water and eating fish caught in the lake be avoided. While the alert level was lowered as a result of the lab test, the borough has continued to remain at advisory level out of abundance of caution until the next site monitoring event in early September, where it can be determined that the algae bloom has dissipated. HABs, the harmful algae blooms like this are extremely common in northern New Jersey and typically happen when extra nutrients and weather patterns affect the lake ecosystem. And that's it for me. Motion to accept the report of the mayor.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Report of our administrator.
I have no report this evening.
Report of our clerk.
I also have no report this evening.
Resolutions, consent agenda. 132-25, accept the resignation of Patrolman Latino. 133-25, authorize shared services agreement, Rockaway Borough Board of Ed. 134-25, appoint class 3 officer. 135-25, appoint class 3 officer. 136-25, approve special event, Morris Rugby. 137-25, award contract, airbags and lifting system. 138-25, award contract, road resurfacing. 139-25, award contract, Union Street Canal cleaning. 140-25, refund street opening escrow deposit, 174 Rockaway Avenue. 141-25, refund tax sale certificate at 88 West Main Street. Refund tax sale certificate, also 88 West Main Street. 143-25, award contract, East New Street Water Main Improvement Project. 144-25, authorized application for loan from New Jersey Environmental Infrastructure Financing Program. Have a motion?
Motion to approve resolutions is contained in the consent agenda commencing with 132-25, All through and inclusive of 144-25.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Agliata?
Yes.
Councilman Haynes?
Yes.
Councilman Hurley?
Yes.
Councilman McDonald?
Yes.
Councilman Slockbower?
Yes.
Council President Burnside?
Yes.
Thanks. A couple of ordinances for adoption tonight. 25-18, amending and supplementing Chapter 169, Land Use Administration and Procedures, minor site plan. The purpose is to simplify the review process for low-impact site changes while preserving appropriate oversight, ensuring more efficient use of municipal resources. And that's, you know, if a business leaves a certain location, the same business goes back in, there shouldn't be many changes, just to simplify that review. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
For this ordinance only, I'd like to open the meeting to the public. Hearing none, close the meeting to the public. Roll call, please.
Councilman Agliata?
Yes.
Councilman Haynes?
Yes.
Councilman Hurley?
Yes.
Councilman McDonald? Councilman Slockbower?
Yes.
Council President Burnside?
Yes.
25-19, amending and supplementing Chapter 169, Land Use Administration Procedures, and 172 zoning. Purpose to align local regulations with current planning best practices, eliminate inefficiencies, implement certain recommendations from the recently adopted housing element of the master plan. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
For this ordinance only, I'd like to open the meeting to the public. Hearing none, close the meeting to the public. Roll call.
Councilman Agliata?
Yes.
Councilman Haynes?
Yes.
Councilman Hurley?
Yes.
Councilman McDonald?
Yes.
Councilman Slockbower?
Yes.
Council President Burnside?
Yes.
Thanks. 25-20, amending and supplementing Chapter 172 zoning of the revised general ordinances of the Borough of Rockaway. The purpose is to prevent unnecessary administrative burden on the land use board by allowing the zoning officer discretionary authority to waive shared parking calculation requirements for simple changes of tenancy that do not increase parking demand. This is similar to 25-18. If there's just a change in similar businesses that doesn't increase traffic, deal with that. Have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
For this ordinance only, I'd like to open the meeting to the public.
Yes, Bonnie Hope, 23 Jackson. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding this or not, and I didn't read the whole thing yet, but maybe you can help me out. My understanding was that the land use board is not gonna have anything to do with parking now with the applications that are in front of them for the redevelopment? Okay.
So what happened is I don't know if you're familiar with, when Retro Fitness went out, another gym tried to come in.
Yes.
And technically, the way our ordinance is written is that that new fitness factory really should have gone in front of the land use board for parking. He's only going to be doing this if it's a light business going in. We're just trying to avoid small businesses coming in and trying to get into the strip malls. It's more the strip malls that this is affecting. And we don't want to put these smaller businesses through the burden of having to go through and proving that they're not having a major increase in parking. If something comes into the strip mall and it is going to increase the parking, the zoning officer will be sending them to land use board. But it's just that a gym went from a gym to a gym, and the zoning officer would just give them the discretion to say, okay, it's not gonna increase the parking demand. That's all this is trying to do.
I understand that now, I misunderstood it, so thank you for explaining.
Not a problem.
Any other comments regarding this ordinance only? Hearing none, roll call please.
Councilman Agliata?
Yes.
Councilman Haynes?
Yes.
Councilman Hurley?
Yes.
Councilman McDonald?
Yes.
Councilman Slockbower?
Yes.
Council President Burnside?
Yes.
Thank you. 25-21, amending and supplementing the Borough Rockaway downtown redevelopment plan in accordance with the local redevelopment and housing law. The purpose is to amend the downtown redevelopment plan to allow ground floor residential uses in sub-district 1 on parcels with frontage along Church Street and amends the previous parking exemptions with regard to existing buildings or existing units. And this is regarding the building, the only building on Church Street that was impacted with the redevelopment plan that, so it's reversing that for that one residence.
Is that- Is this the old gym?
Correct.
Motion?
Motion.
One, two.
No, I'm sorry, not the old gym.
Jill, Jill.
Gym, oh, I'm sorry, gym, sorry.
Second.
For this ordinance only, I'd like to open the meeting to the public. Hearing none, close the meeting to the public. In accordance with resolution 156,
Councilman Agliata?
Yes.
Councilman Haynes?
Yes.
Councilman Hurley?
Yes.
Councilman McDonald?
Yes.
Councilman Slockbower?
Yes.
Council President Burnside?
Yes.
in accordance with resolution 156-20, establishing rules of conduct and decorum for public meetings, please note the following. Please move up to the podium and state for the record your name before addressing mayor and council. All comments shall be addressed directly to the mayor or whoever is presiding over the meeting. Once comments are received, the mayor may redirect questioning to other members of the council. I will not address matters of personnel. All public comments, questions, or remarks will be limited to 5 minutes within a single term at the podium. I'd like to open the meeting to the public.
Joe Sacco, 15 Academy Street in Rockaway, Borough. I would like to tell you, 24 years ago, I was on the fire department, and I lost 4 good members of the Port Authority instructors, including Kathleen Callahan and Margaret Nordstrom. Today, they upgraded the monument of fallen firefighters to 487 non-cancer victims this year. Just wanted to make that advisable. Tonight, if you go up on Willow Avenue and up by Easton Ave, Willow Avenue, or anywhere up there, the lights are gonna be on tonight to remember the Morgans. I lost 4 good people in the Port Authority. And I know that, we did the tribute over at the over by the library. And it kind of hurts me to this day. I still remember 37 members of the Port Authority, 343 members of FDNY, 25 NYPD officers that are very close in my heart, because when I deliver out in the Bronx, I carry a heavy heart for them. So they upgraded not the cancer patients, and it's on the memorial, it's on the fallen heroes memorial in the memorial. And if anybody who likes to go out one day, please let me know, because I have a friend of mine who's the fire marshal in the FDNY who can get me tickets so all of us can go out and see the museum, if you're interested. I know everybody's got busy schedules, but if you want to go to the museum, let me know and I'll get tickets so you guys can go out. And very quiet on the Academy Street, very quiet in town, and I want to work with you, it's not against you. I'm here to help, and I'm here like your eyes and ears. And I like to work with the DPW, and if there's anything that needs to be cleaned on the sidewalks, I'm here for you. But they added, once again, 487 past firefighters who were on the pile back in 2001 died in the last 5 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. My condolences, Joe.
Remember them from 84 days on.
Any other comments from the public?
George Schuster, 215 Andrew Drive in Rockaway. I just had a couple of questions about resolution 13925, which was passed. I guess the first thing is, like, when do we get to speak? Now, it's already passed, and now I get to talk about it.
Correct.
So,
It's not an ordinance, it's a resolution.
okay. Good point. All right, so then,
Talk about it.
well, what I was just wondering was, where Street Canal. What is there a canal like?
Yeah, there.
Yes, sir.
Go for it.
So Union Street Canal is right across the street. It's basically it's right across the street here. It looks like a brook, but it's so inundated with silt, weeds, it doesn't drain no more. It backs up, it clutters up with trash and any kind of debris. And this also causes a problem with mosquitoes in here. So it affects quality of life. And cleaning this will also hopefully deter flooding on Drake Avenue. So it's a win-win for us. It's something that has to be taken care of.
Does that run into the Rockaway River?
Yes, it goes to Beaver Brook, which leads into Rockaway River, absolutely.
And right now, there's no water going through it?
Very slow, it's backed up, it needs attention.
And so what exactly will they do?
Well, I didn't see the total
Drain?
plan. You're gonna clean all silt out, remove it all, fix the trash gate. That's what needs to be done. It's a big undertaking, it has to be done.
Big price.
When you leave tonight, just look across the street, it looks like a pond, but it's all full of dirt. So, it takes a lot of the storm water from the lower part of Rockaway here, it even takes water from Route 80 and the White Meadow Lake here.
Oh.
So it all comes down Rockaway Road, so. It's a big need, it's a big plus for us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, George.
Angelo and Dad, 151 Mount Pleasant Avenue, Rockaway. So I wanted to talk to you about what you call this Friendship Field steps itself. First of all, I want to say thank you for putting cones in, for shutting it down. Only thing I would advise is like putting a sign there, stairs are no more active right now, so it repairs itself. We would not be in this situation if what you call 3 town officials had what you call listened when I had spoken before. And you're talking about from 2021 when the steps were completed itself. So from 2021 to all the way 2022, for 6 months, you had no railings there. So the ADA codes, I take that very serious because I do a lot of steps for schools itself. So by talking to 3 town officials, one town official told me from DPW they could not find the contractor. So I figured let me go talk to the building inspector. The building inspector told me there are no codes. ADA, there are codes, because it's a town place. And then, for what you call the administrator, she told me basically like, what are you looking to fight? I was really shocked. I don't know, I'm just repeating, this is 3 town officials itself. So for you, Mayor Mulligan, I have to give you the credit because you're listening, you're accomplishing, but 3 town officials below you should be doing something about it, okay?
We are working as a team.
No, that's what but from 2021, okay? So I guess when I had to give you that letter itself and the civil justice rights itself, that came from Washington itself. There's only one way to back out of it, and I'm not going to mention it over here, how you can get out of it itself. Yes, you can go for it, what do you call ADA grant itself, but that'll take a while right there. That's what I said, I should suggest it to you right there. I also want to mention, like on Mount Pleasant Road, you told me a car bottomed out. Remember, it was a repair itself? Remember one of the
That was the
driveways?
meeting that we had last fall, correct?
Yeah. And you know
With the engineer, and then homeowner, and then our DPW, correct?
And do you know the house number on that one?
The number I don't recall.
But it's right by that curve, right?
Right before the curve, yeah.
Right before the curve itself. So right before the curve itself, if we're talking about 104 possibility right there, that's where I had talked to, I came into town hall and I told, what do you call the town, where's the engineer and the inspectors on it? And the contractors stated there was no engineer or no contractors there that day. And so when you had told me before the car bottomed out itself, I was telling you they only took about 1 foot or 18 inches. The right of way you have 10 or 12 feet, so you could go like 7.5% up, 7.5% back down, because you have the right of way 10 to 12 feet itself. So what I'm trying to say is like that could have been prevented if there was an engineer or an inspector over there. So that's like what I'm trying to bring up. And then thank you again for last night for that electrical on Main Street. I mean, just, you know.
We're gonna resolve that problem once and for all. Unfortunately, it's, the box sits right between the quick check parking lot and the gas station parking lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's been covered. Number one, the pole was hit and knocked over, and then it's been covered like 3 times, and it's been hit and knocked off, and so we're gonna remove the electricity.
But what I wanna say, in this whole town, the only person that's been helping, really the public and me, it's been you. So I just wanna give you 100% credit right there. And the other thing on February 8th, I guess I was browsing through videos, who I do wanna give credit to is, Council Hurley. He made, when you were talking about the dirt disposal and before a question was asked by Haynes itself and so on, like, how do we have to get rid of this? And then in the town, they said, well, how we understand it, we have to give it to a facility. And you made a statement, could we get rid of it within town? And you're correct, because that's how the town's gonna be doing it now, because as long as you move the asphalt, you're in compliance. So the whole thing is called interpretation. You can nod your head.
Thank you, Angelo.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public?
Bonnie Hope, 23 Jackson. Thank you for telling me about the river, about the updates. Can you just elaborate a little bit more? Did they just start, or are
What was that?
they're cutting the knotweed, you said? They're cutting
Yeah,
down
no.
trees? Like what trees? Or can you just give me a little? They're not done yet, though, I assume.
No.
They just started today, I
They
think?
didn't
No,
do
they've
it.
been up there, they've been
The spraying
taking care of the
is,
trees and
they're
they're
doing
sorry.
trimming and pruning and things of that nature. And then I think in a couple of weeks, the guy's gonna be there to do the knotweed work.
So you're not gonna cut the knotweed, you're just gonna spray?
I didn't.
Well, we
see
are
that.
cutting it down and then we're spraying.
Let's see, what is it? The canopy of trees, cutting down brush and knotweed, so he's cutting it down.
Okay. Okay, very good. I would just hope for next year that we start this in the spring, that we don't wait, because a lot of residents or even non-residents or just business people that are going to restaurants and bring their lunch back up, I cannot believe the amount of people that eat lunch in that park now. I mean, I'm not saying this for me, because I don't ever even go over there, to be honest with you. But a lot of people eat lunch over there. It's a nice park, people enjoy it. So I really feel we need to keep it up.
So with the work
Right
that
in the
they're doing,
spring.
right, so hopefully the work that they're doing now will get us off on a better step in the spring.
Yeah, good, so.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the public? Hearing none, close the meeting to the public.
Can I clarification, because Mr. Town is saying that we could have got rid of the dirt for free, we really couldn't have because of the violation. We needed to dispose of it of 1 of 3 ways, and we did exactly what the DEP said. Even though we took out the asphalt, we were not able to just get rid of it anywhere. So I just wanted to clarify that.
The project's complete, thank you.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
Second, all in favor?